today we're going to be talking about our first month here at Northwestern, as today officially marks the first month of me being here in college. Of course, by the time you're watching this, it's not. We don't care about that. There's a lack of Northwestern content apparently, so that's what this video is basically about. I just wanted to sit down and talk about my experiences, because you guys know what resources Northwestern has. You can research and you can find all the clubs and all the classes and all the professors, you can find that stuff yourself. But I think the actual experience should be talked about as well, because that should factor into your consideration of whether or not you should apply to Northwestern, So I want to talk about move-in first. As you guys know, I came from El Paso, Texas. I flew over here. It was a very long trek journey, but I packed all of my winter clothes, but the first 2 weeks were nice, but then October hit and everything went downhill from there. I literally packed every single winter clothes item that I had, because Texas is not winter. Does that make sense? Back to move-in, it was a very smooth process. There were designated movers who helped us move our luggages to our rooms, which is amazing. I was thinking about the logistics of that and it was giving me headaches, but they helped me move all my luggages. I mean, if you're an international student, they don't, but we don't worry about that. The actual rooms themselves were actually pretty nice. My room is in Ayers, which is it's actually a pretty big room. The curtains are broken when I came here, but it's fine. After that, it was orientation week, which was really interesting because I had to switch my seminar class because of a time conflict with my foreign language. And the problem is my PA group is linked to my seminar. A PA group essentially is a group of students that you're with for the first year of college. And the issue here is that I needed to switch seminars, and your PA group is the same group of students that take the seminar class with you. So since I had to switch a seminar, I'm not in the same class as my PA group, which is kind of awkward after spending a week with them, and I'm not gonna be with them after that in class. So I like them, I like my PA group. It's just there was that barrier of connection, but my PA was amazing though. Really good. Someone promote her. I don't think you promote PA. Someone promote her. The first event was the first night of Northwestern, and honestly I felt so alone with that because I didn't know anyone, but at the end of the day I still found two groups who I hung out with on that first day. I don't know if I've seen any of those people since then, but also it's the first oh wait, no, I did see someone the other day, but all that matters is that I had fun that day, right? The first week of orientation has a whole lot of events, every single day. And my favorite would definitely be Night at Norse, because we got to watch a bunch of dance groups and they essentially just showed us their skill. And then there was also a cappella groups that day in Night at Norse. We got balloon animals. I think I got this crown thing. I don't know if I took a vlog of this, but almost all of the events on the first week we did with our PA group though. So it was a good bonding experience with everyone. And it's really interesting how the PA group dynamic works, because at first you're going to talk with someone and then you eventually start branching out and talking to other people in the PA group. And this all happens in the span of a week, right? So it's absolutely insane to think about how much time you've actually spent with someone is not correlational to who you first make a first impression to. More about Northwestern though, life here is very peaceful, except for in the winter, but we don't worry about that. It's very peaceful. When it's in the fall, you can see ducks coming in swarms. That doesn't make it sound peaceful. Let me reword that. You can see bunnies and squirrels just playing around. You can see ducks quacking by the lake. The other day we saw a flock of geese just right outside of the library. There were 20 to 30 of them. They were just outside. I didn't vlog, but I wish I did, because there were so many geese there. It was, oh my god. And then after that, it was the issue of finding clubs. Not gonna lie, the first 2 to 3 weeks, I was literally going to every single club meeting that was available. I tried going to the debate, the sailing. I can't name it off the top of my head because of how many I've went to, but sailing, did I say sailing already? I don't remember. But it's very difficult to find these clubs because I mainly find these clubs by word of mouth from friends or from literally random posters, random flyers just stuck on lampposts. I don't know how else to get this communication. So it's very hard to know about clubs, and you'll get revealed to them over time eventually. At the end of the day, me choosing clubs all boils down to whether or not I have the freedom to choose what times I want to work. How far away do I have to go? Like the sailing thing was really interesting. I would love to learn how to sail, but also I don't want to spend 8 hours each week on sailing. Like that is way too much time for me. The reason is also because of the walking time to get there to the sailing center is like 20 minutes, and 20 minutes back, that's 40 minutes of traveling, and I don't want to do that. I chose a garage, which is just around like 5 hours each week, and that's like self-defined, and I just need to travel to the garage, which is 5 minutes away, or to Mud, also 5 minutes away, or to Maine, which is 8 minutes away. So like that time is much more manageable than the 40 minutes it takes to travel to the sailing club. But yeah, so now I'm currently doing the garage and also audition to be on set for a film, because I want to get experience in that. But yeah, it's just really interesting. If you're not interested in this, you can just skip this. But like the radio, television, film on campus here, like the film clubs don't have memberships, so you can get in whenever you want to get in, or because you're not a member, so you can join any of the meetings anytime you want. It's a very interesting setup, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right though. Friends, social scene. How does that work? Let me tell you. So it's really interesting how like the first few weeks, I definitely felt the loneliness. I definitely felt like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I don't know anyone here. Like, how am I going to make friends? But eventually, after repeated random exposures, this is literally the only way that I can put this, because if it's not coincidental, you are not going to click. And if it's not the right person, you're not going to click either. So like forcing yourself on a particular not in that way, but like if you want to become friends with one particular person, that's not going to always work. And you're gonna find out very soon that it's just a matter of reciprocation, right? It's a matter of how much I give you and how much you give back to me. Like if I give you X amount of energy, but you ignore every single one of my texts, there comes a problem, right? The way that I found friends, and I remember I talked to this upperclassman, he's on the exec board in my dorm, and I was just asking him like, how did he make friends? And he told me that he made friends mostly, and most of the sophomores say this as well, he said he made friends through his dorm and on his floor. And at that time, I wasn't friends with anyone on my dorm floor, and I was just like, right, that's an issue. Like in our dorm, our floor, the second floor, is known as the party floor, but like there's really many parties, but you know what, it's fine, we don't worry about that. We're known as a party floor because of how social we were, like in the first few weeks of school. Like literally, I think half of the hall were all like in a pack, and they went out to do like all the orientation events together. Like it was insane how big the group was. But eventually, I don't know what the current status is. I haven't seen a lot of them in some time, but I made friends with some people further down in the hallway, and then I slowly got close to those close to my room. But it's really weird. I'm not sure how to describe this, but Alex, the person who I went to get mail with on one of my vlogs, I actually just randomly met him, and we talked. I forgot, did I randomly meet him? I don't remember when I met him, but I remember we talked about literally singing training, and then we just somehow managed to be in the same dorm, and we're like, oh, let's do singing training. And that's how I became friends with Alex. And then I also became friends with Alex's roommate because I would go into their room sometimes. And I mean, why do I go into the room? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I sometimes just randomly knock and then go into the room, say hi, ask them if they wanted a block of coffee, and then walk out. But like, yeah. But like, we have different schedules and we don't always hang out together, which I want to hang out more, but also the sickness is relaying around the dorm. Like the freshman flu, whatever you want to call it, it's been so bad lately. Like a lot of people are coughing. I'm still coughing. A lot of people lost their voice. I don't know if it's a different strain of the flu is trying to silence me into not speaking its secrets. But yeah, I'm on pretty good terms with everyone right now, and it's actually fun. Honestly, I made my closest friends in class. So this was also random, but in class, I feel like people are much more open to being friends. And this is really funny. Wait, hold on. I wrote a list during one of the orientation nights on how to find friends. I don't know why I was doing this. Maybe because I was bored out of my mind for like having no one to talk to. But, so here are the socializing rules that I wrote down. So number 1, approach people when they are not in groups. And I think this is a good advice to follow because like when they are in groups, it's very hard for you to break into the group. The smaller the group is, the better it works, if that makes sense. Most of the people are actually pretty like open to just talking. And I think it's like the hardest part is the follow up because it's not like I don't try to ask them out to do events, but like, so yeah, when I ask people individually, we tend to talk a longer period of time than if I was talking to a group. And eventually that individual most likely is already in the group, but since they're by themselves, they don't have anyone to talk to, you talk to them, eventually you'll get introduced to their group. So that's one method. The second method for my friends is that if you attach yourself to an extrovert, that also works. However, the problem is I am an extrovert. I can't attach to myself. Well, I can't attach to myself really. And if I can't find a solid friend group, I can't do my extrovert skills. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. Oh my god, my face is... Why is it like this? Why? Nico, has it been like this the whole time? Hold on. The lighting is... No. I can't tell if that's better or worse. Nico, I'll let you color correct it. It'll be fine. Literally, I don't think anything has changed when I changed that lighting, but like... Okay, well... Alright, like, the third thing, and maybe I'm just overanalyzing things, but there's a certain level of physical presence that allows you to analyze whether or not that person wants to be your friend. This is like a subconscious level, or just some people are just so blatantly ignorant to their subconscious signals. There's a certain method of you standing that will reflect whether or not you're open to them. This is more like to do with like public speaking maybe, but like for example, if you cross your arms, you aren't as open as if you were doing this and you were proclaiming that you're the greatest person there. That's horrible, don't do that. But the same thing has to do with spacing. Like if the people in the group, if you're standing in a circle and there's someone standing in front of you, like you have to assert your dominance and like make sure that you're parallel to the person and they're not standing in front of you, because eventually what's gonna happen is you're going to get cut off from the circle and no one cares or no one thinks about that. So then like you feel left out, but they don't realize that you feel left out, and that's the issue. So just make sure that you keep your physical presence there and don't be overly shy. I don't think many people have this problem. It might just be a me problem, but I think that sharing this will be helpful. And I'm trailing from the topic of this video of like what is Northwestern like, but I think this is just like tips that you should know. Anyways, let me get back to the topic. Oh, also the trick before I get back on topic, there's two things. One of them is the trick to talk to anyone very easily is to find something you have in common with them. So either you can ask them like, oh wait, I have that similar bag, oh I have that similar like jacket or whatever, or you can say like, oh, have I seen you before somewhere? Like I feel like I've seen you, because if you have that commonality, you have more things to talk about. Even if you've never seen them before, I guess it also works. I tried that a few times and it has worked. So anyways, back to the social scene. So honestly here, there are parties, definitely. If you're a party person, you can go party. And most of the parties here on campus, I think, are cultural parties. So they're not cultural, they're held by cultural associations. So like the Korean Student Association, Chinese Student Association, but the parties that they have nothing to do with culture. They're parties. I guess party culture, that's not really a culture, but you know, whatever. I've been to one party. It's like a house party. It was a very small party and I didn't like it, to be honest. It's pretty mid. But like, I know a lot of people who really enjoy parties. I don't know, I just don't like party. I'm just like a classy person, I guess. No. I'm more of a classy type person than a party type person. Like, I would prefer going to a restaurant over going to a party, but that's just me, you know? Not that I can eat in a restaurant, but you know what? That's fine. We don't worry about that. There's definitely a party culture. There's definitely a non-party culture. So like, honestly, there is something for everyone. Like, Northwestern has this like stereotype that the north side dorms are party dorms. The south side dorms are just chillax dorms. We have a sports culture. We also have people who don't like sports here. We literally are a mixture of a state and like, it's not an elite institution. What do you call those schools? Prestigious schools? Pretentious schools? Whatever, you get what I mean. It's like a combination of a state school and a pretentious school. Like, I don't think they like to, I don't think my school likes to use the word pretentious, and honestly, like, the students here are not pretentious at all. So like, I'm just gonna say prestigious. So a combination between prestigious and being like a state school. It's pretty cool, I guess. Okay. Let's get back on topic. So the friends that I met one of my friends in an econ lecture, and the lecture hall is big. It's like 250 people. And Catherine, you know Catherine from the vlogs. She's one of my close friends, and her friend Daniel, which now is also my very close friend. You see how it works now, right? But it's really strange. So big lecture halls, you tend to make friends easier than smaller ones, at least in my experience. Like, I'm closer to Catherine than I am in like any person in my math section, because like in my math section there's like 30 people ish, but I don't know any of them except for like one person, and we don't hang out yet. We will eventually, I hope so. I tried to plan a trip with my friends to go to Chicago, but that did not work out because it was midterms during then. And my seminar got me to go to Chicago because it's a seminar, it's a field. Who knew field trips could be so stressful, huh? But yeah, we've caught up to where I am now. So currently, everything's been going pretty well, actually. I've taken 2 of my midterms already, as you've seen in the midterm vlog, and it's just, the coursework is very heavy. There is a lot of stuff going on, but it's not unmanageable. Like, it is very manageable, and like, I still get plenty of time to rest. I still get plenty of time to like do stuff that I want to do. Like, if I should just give you an example, like if I wasn't doing clubs, if I wasn't doing YouTube voice training, everything that I mentioned in this video, like, I would have so much time to socialize and to do other stuff. But like, again, I have enough socialization right now. Like, I don't need more. I could have more, but I don't need more, right? I'm socializing like 3 to 5 hours each day already, and I think that's plenty. I'm counting like meeting with my garage companions as socializing and studying together as socializing, because that is socializing. But yeah, it's been going pretty good, and I think you should apply to Northwestern. It's just honestly a really beautiful place. Again, like, I don't need to mention how beautiful the campus is. You can just see that from my vlogs. And honestly, socially, academically, it's just a good balance. And I think that's the whole point of Northwestern, is the balance. The balance of almost all the things here. And it's just really nice being able to see a lot of people that closely resemble like my ethnicity, for example, and being able to actually experience this college life, which I think you should look forward to. And that's something that is hard to explain unless you actually experience it on campus. So hopefully I see you next year, and yeah, we'll be signing off for here tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.